I love my pale skin, I love my pale lips. I might look like I'm dead, but I'm happy where I'm at. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker, and I'm so excited to be giving you a second installment in my special series, Red Light Special. This is a series that explores the links between sexuality and spirituality and can hopefully inspire you, make your dream, help you manifest something hot and passionate and heavy in your life. This is my intent. I'm bringing a lot of light into it. There's nothing wrong or dirty about these readings. It's just a way of opening up our minds. And speaking about having an open mind, today the moon is in Taurus, so the sign of beauty, pleasure, and bodily delights, and it is conjuncting Uranus. This is basically the celestial god of spontaneous surprises that lead to fantastic shifts in our awareness. It is the most open-minded planet and the most open-minded energy in the entire zodiac, and it usually governs the forward-thinking sign of Aquarius. Okay, so I think that this is a perfect time to do such a video. We also have here the blessing of Paul the Venetian, who is asking us to experience grace today, and because waves of inspiration and love are coming over us. So hopefully this reading is gonna make you laugh, it will make you feel entertained and happy and inspired, and maybe, who knows, you learn a thing or two about yourselves in case it resonates. So, I'm a movie geek, I'm super nerdy, and I love movies from different eras, from different backgrounds, and I decided to give you a choice today. In line with the topic of the pick a card, you have a choice today of a sexy psychological thriller, and I thought I would give you different epochs, because one thing I noticed is that even though people's fashion change and the way that people speak changes, or the way that we dress and how we manifest and our habits change around us, one thing remains universally linked in these stories, and that is the instinct to have someone, the instinct towards desire, right? So let's explore this today, as I will try to uncover what is your unconscious sexual desire. So I'm going to be looking at potentially some sexual appetites that you might have but you aren't aware of. We're going to explore some parts of your sexual shadow self. Ooh. So if you're up for that, please join me. I look forward to divinating for you. I pre-shuffled here the oracle cards, guys. As you know, I like to do this so I can just go straight into the messages without wasting too much time, but I will live shuffle as I've accustomed you from the tarot. The tarot always has to be freshly, energetically aligned, so that's why I'm gonna shuffle live from it. I have here the Mystical Dreams Tarot and the Dark Royo Tarot, and without further ado, let me introduce to you the options. So for group one, I have here The Killers. This is a 1946 movie with Burt Lancaster and Ava Gardner. Then we have here Vertigo, a 1958 Hitchcock movie that needs no introduction. This is a movie that stars James Stewart and Kim Novak. Then we have here Body Heat, a movie with William Hurt and Kathleen Turner from the 80s. And finally, we have Basic Instinct. We reached something closer in time, 90s, and we have here Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone in what became a cult classic. Okay, guys, so take a deep breath in and choose one of those piles. You could choose two as well. I'll try to see how these piles connect with your previous choices in the video that I put out 2 days ago, and see if some of that goddess energy tends to manifest in any of these piles, okay? So let's have fun. I'm so looking forward to divinating for you. See you at your group. Bye-bye. Hey group one, how are you guys? I'm sending you so much light. I'm blasting you with light and love. I hope you're able to take it and receive it and feel super happy and inspired. I'm having a really good day here in the corner of the world where I find myself, and I'm really inspired to do this reading for you guys. This is the second installment in the Red Light Special series. It's looking at your unconscious sexual desires. So these are maybe some appetites that you might have but you're not yet aware of, or you always felt like an unconscious pull towards that, but you always wonder, like, Is this okay? So let's see what comes up today. This is for those of you that were drawn to The Killers, this 1940s movie with Burt Lancaster and Ava Gardner. If I'm not mistaken, this was the cult noir movie that actually inspired the alternative rock band The Killers to create, to name themselves. And yeah, I would urge you guys to have a look at both the movie and check out the music of the band because they are awesome. But anyway, if you're here for the tarot and not for culture, let's move on. Let's see what's happening with your unconscious sexual desire. So I'm just going to shuffle some cards from the Royo Dark Tarot. Okay, we already had 2 of them pop up very quickly. And then from the Mystical Dreams Tarot, you don't say. A lot of cards popped up, but I'm just going to pull the 2 ones that came face up. So let me show you the cards that you have, my lovelies. 4 of Swords. This speaks to me about surrender. I don't know why. This is usually the card of rest, but in this situation, I feel this is about surrender. Knight of Chalices. Interesting, because this speaks about domination. 7 of Swords. Lunar Cycle, Secrets. And Lady of Pentacles. Wanting to feel adored, wanting every bit of your body to be worshipped. Let me show you the oracle cards that you have. Playful. When I looked at the recording, it was 222. That's your significant synchronicity. And guys, this is 44 as well. I just noticed. Then we have time out. Awareness, contemplation, solitude, time alone. I'm getting a very strong pillow queen kind of vibe from you guys. And last but not least, tasting. So we have here sweet, deep kissing. Your unconscious sexual desire is that you want somebody that can just do you so well without you needing to participate so much in the act itself. You want somebody that can give you a sexual experience that feels like a spa day out. You could potentially fantasize about people that take care of your nails, of your hair. Maybe you have some really good-looking beauticians, fitness instructor, massage therapist, and you fantasize about what would happen if we would cross the boundary from our professional relationships to one in which we can just get it on right there, on the massage table, or I don't know, in the fitness center, or at the beauty parlor, That's kind of what I'm getting here. There is a very strong need here to rest, to recuperate, to rejuvenate, to indulge in physical pleasures that do not have anything to do with a lot of sweat and passion and heaviness. You're the opposite. You want relaxation, you want nurturing, you want to have every bit of your body slowly stimulated. I don't know why, but I just got a feeling that you guys might have chosen Isis in the previous group, and this is how these things link. This is how these pick-a-cards link, and they create the Red Light Special series. So I got a very strong sense that I'm also getting a Leo energy, Leo and Taurus energies, very strong. Or if you don't have Leo or Taurus in your chart, this is the energy of Venus and the Sun. So those could be your most proeminent planets in your birth chart. And by proeminent, I mean they sit on top of your ascendant, or you have your Sun conjunct your Venus. You could have very pretty red hair, or like a lot of hair, like a mane of hair. You're very proud of your hair. You like to take good care of it. That's why the fantasy is about, hitting it on with maybe the person that cuts your hair. I feel like you like the whole experience of being pampered and taken care of. You know how when you go and you take care of your hair, when you go for a haircut or a coloring, they wash your hair first and they do that massage. That's really, really nice. I feel like you are this kind of person that can generally get excited. You can get like really sexually aroused during those moments. So when somebody is like touching you very tenderly, very sweetly, I have a feeling you just want to lie back and, you know, have that person do what they want with you sometimes. But there's an interesting point here where I think you would get bored of just doing that. I feel that this is kind of like a slow and steady procession where you begin very slowly. You could be very strongly influenced by well, the foreplay before the act. I feel like a lot of you really need that foreplay. It's hard for you to feel sexual excitement without foreplay, and you want it to be long, and you want it to be full of effort from your partner, and you want every bit of your body part to be stimulated. But then once you get hot and heavy, I feel like something unconsciously takes over you, and you want to, like, you know, pull your partner down or like get on top, or just have your way with it, you know. There is something really interesting here where you just allow the flow to take you. So you could be quite a little bit indifferent or a little bit melancholic, or you just want to relax and stretch before the act itself. And then you kind of get into your, you know, it's like, oh, great, now I'm aroused, let's do this, you know. It's almost like a cat, you know, if you've seen a cat, how, you know, they wake up from slumber and they have that paw over their face, and then they stretch and they do that really fun yoga pose, right? Like ironically, they're cats, but it's kind of like a downward dog when they stretch. And then they just go like, left and right, and their pupils dilate when they're in hunting mode, you know. That's the kind of energy I see for you here. And again, speaking about your significant synchronicities for this group, we have 444. Yeah, I did mention 222 there. We do have 7 of Swords here, which kind of puzzles me a little bit. I'm getting a very strong sense that here with the 7 of Swords, you might like impromptu sexual relations. You might not be so drawn towards sex necessarily with your partner. This is not really the traditional pile. So if you are traditional, choose another pile. This is not for you. I feel that this appeals or applies more to those of you that are kind of sneaky with your sexual escapades. Like you like to have spontaneous, sneaky, surprising kind of sexual escapades, or these are your unconscious desires. So even if you are in a committed relationship or you're working towards that, on a conscious level, you might desire a partnership, but on an unconscious level, because that's why we're here, that's why we're dealing with at the moment, and that's why the Mystical Dreams Tarot, you fantasize about sex with no strings attached. As I said, random spontaneous sex at the beauty parlor, or with your fitness instructor, or in a jacuzzi somewhere with a rich guy or a rich woman. Yeah, I'm getting even sex at the tattoo parlor for some of you. And I have a feeling that, yeah, there is this duality within you where you want to experience full playfulness. You want your partner to be the kind of like dominant one at the beginning. You want them to take the lead, to initiate, to slowly work your body, to kind of massage you, to kiss you, to make you a pillow queen, right? So you want to just lie back and let the person do the work. And then you flip the coin. Mid through, once you get really hot and heavy and aroused, something overtakes you. It's kind of like a force, and you tend to kind of like flip the script and you get on top of the person, or you take control. There is a sense here of, you know, your partner doing this to you at the beginning, and then you doing that to them, like cupping their hands and grabbing their face and kissing them. Yeah, wow, okay. I feel that the more relaxed you are, the more you allow this other, more dominant side to come over you all of a sudden in the middle of the act. Okay, so this is something you might not have known about yourself, group one. I have the feeling that you are also very good at manipulating your partner's body parts. So you could be very good at massaging their nether regions. You could be doing a really awesome foot massage or a hand massage, right? So you could be great at hand jobs as well. There is a sense here about tactility, right? The sense of touch with the Queen of Pentacles. Whenever I see her, I always think about touching. And the wonderful benefits that touching another person's body can produce in them, you know, that release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, or serotonin, the happiness hormone, right? So you kind of create this cocktail of hormonal explosions in your person's body just by touching them, right? Just by grabbing them, by tasting them, by kissing them. So you're pretty magical, but it takes a while for somebody to warm you up, right? Because you're very much like, you're very aware of your worth, very beautiful. At the beginning, I feel like some of you might not want to, like, I feel like you wear very good clothes, or you put some effort into how you look. You take very good care of your skin and your hair, and you take good care of your makeup, and you like to have all your jewelries in place. And you might think that I don't want to get into that hot and heavy and sweaty kind of sex. I'm even getting like an image where you kind of like push your partner's hand away and you're like, okay, you can do what you want with me, but don't touch my face because I really put a lot of effort into this makeup. Or something like this. So there is a sense that, you know, like, yeah, okay, do your worst with some part of my body, but not with the rest, okay? The rest needs to look Instagram perfect. So you could have that side. It's a very kind of, in my view, a Libra kind of behavior. I'm a Libra ascendant, so I know a lot about that, you know? So I have a very strong indication here that although you could be playful, it takes a while for somebody to rev up your instinctive engine. But once they get you there, once they get you into that hot and heavy place, oh mama, do you take charge like a Queen of Pentacles. You just get on top and finish the job, and might actually produce powerful orgasms in your partner. So if you're feeling a little bit unsure of your sexual prowess, all I'm saying is that get yourself a partner that can really do foreplay with you for an extended period of time. I'm even getting up to 45 minutes if they can, you know, massaging you, kissing you, whispering sweet nothings into your ear. Maybe you guys can also play with essential oils or powder that you can lick off each other's body, like scented powder that you can lick off each other's body, feathers that can stimulate your erogenous zones and your skin, all sorts of things like this, you know. Play around, have fun, be playful, right? Maybe even get like a fake fur rug and cavort on that fake fur rug, whatever kind of stimulates the senses. And I'm hearing here especially the taste. So the sensual aspect of tasting and touching. TTs are your important, when I think of TTs, I also think of TNT, and my mind just went flying to dynamite, okay? So tasting and touching, if these two senses are stimulated right before the sexual act, I have a feeling it's like poo, poo, poo. Small little explosions happen in and around you, in your aura, in your body, and they can really start off like your beastly engine, so to say, you know? So you're definitely the kind of person that takes a while to warm up, might make love the whole night. But I don't see here that necessarily you fantasize about sex in a committed relationship. Your unconscious desires is actually having impromptu sex with the people that kind of help you maintain your self-love and self-care regime. So this is what I had for you, group one. Wow, that was short and sweet and to the point. I have the feeling you might have this kind of personality as well, short and sweet and to the point, okay? And very beautiful, very much into your self-care and self-love. Isis mentality, right? So thank you so much, the Killers group. I hope you have a good time. Check that movie out, check the band out, check what goodies are down below in my description box. Feel free to book a personal reading with me. I'd be happy to divinate for you on your own personal circumstances. And please make sure to follow me at msbontomp on Instagram, where I update my stories daily with all sorts of astrological, flower, cat-based, book-based adventures that I am currently undergoing. I'm sending you so much love. Bye. Hey group 2, I'm so happy to have you here, my loves. It gives me great joy to divinate for you in the second installment of my special series, Red Light Specials. Kind of like the TLC song, okay? Somebody suggested it in a previous video and I really liked that. It's such a great song. Have a listen to it. So this is for those of you that were drawn to Vertigo, the Hitchcock classic, this movie with James Stewart and Kim Novak. Fantastic movie, guys. It's such a plot twister. Please have a look at it if you haven't already. But if you're not here for the movie or any other cultural background like musical suggestions, then let's read your tarot, okay? I pre-shuffled your oracle cards here, and hopefully I can speak. I need to temper down the excitement. And I'm going to live shuffle some tarot cards for you from the Royo Dark Tarot first. Great. And from the Mystical Dreams Tarot. So you're kind of like the darker aspects of your sexuality unconsciously tend to be very straightforward. So this is going to be your reading about what unconscious sexual desires you have. So maybe some things that you are attracted to but you're not yet aware of, or you might have had kind of like your intuition is pulling you in that direction but you might not have explored it fully, or you're not fully aware of it. Okay, so let me help you out. Let's find out. Ooh, the King of Pentacles. The World. Wow, I just love this card. Then we also have here the Five of Pentacles. A little bit lost. What is happening here? Some self-worth issues. And then we also have the Sorcerer, which is the Devil card. And the Six of Wands. Victory. Catching the snake. Okay. So, bizarrely as it might sound, I feel like your unconscious desires are quite mystical. I feel like you guys might struggle with some self-worth issues on a conscious level. So in your everyday environment, maybe you haven't had sex. Yeah, so you're struggling with, you want to know the experience of what it is to give your body to someone else, what it is to, you know, be penetrated, if you are a woman, or penetrate someone else if you're a man. There might be some trust issues there. You could feel like you're not good enough, like your body is not perfect enough. Like you might want to look very good and please your partner, but you might struggle because you might see that your friends are very successful in that department and you might not be, or you've allowed a lot of time to pass and now you're already maybe in your 20s and you're still a virgin and you think that this is somehow something that drags your self-esteem back, if that makes sense. Like, I feel a lot of you put some pressure on yourselves to reach certain milestones by certain developmental ages just because other people say so. And this kind of puts you down. But I'm here to let you know, your sexual development is your own thing. It is caught up in your own healing, in your own development. Some people, genuinely guys, can have sex. Sorry, group 2, we got interrupted. I just received the book delivery and had to open the door. So yeah, talking about interruptions, right? I don't know why, but I instantly thought about Girl Interrupted, that movie with Winona Ryder, which was based on a book of a real life account of a girl going into a sanatorium. So I have the feeling that maybe, you know, with the Devil card here, there could have been a lot of limits or blockages to your sexuality. You could have Saturn in the 8th house or in the 7th house, even in the 2nd house, because this speaks to me about self-worth issues, blockages in terms of your sexuality, potentially even some abuse from an elderly person that has happened in your life, with the whole interruptions, Girl Interrupted kind of thing. It's just this sense of, you know, you went through a lot sexually speaking. And I have a feeling that if you chose this group, you might have chosen Bridge, so the goddess Bridge or Bridget, in the previous installment of the series, in the first episode. So hopefully that might resonate for some of you. I'm getting here a sense as well of maybe some addictions that were blocking your way. Or there is a sense here that, because we are talking, I'm kind of getting a little bit too much into the analysis of what could be some previous patterns in your life, but I do want to explore actually what your unconscious sexual desires are. And I feel that here your unconscious sexual desires are looking really good while you're having sex. Being victorious, being the one that receives all the orgasms and is able to give all the orgasms. Being super sexy and desired. I feel that there is such a need in you to be desired, to be adored, to be worshipped, you know. I have a feeling that you might fantasize about partners giving you oral pleasure, kissing your feet as well, like even sucking your toes, kissing your face all over, even your eyelids, even your ears, even on your head, on your forehead, on your cheeks, not only your lips. I have a feeling that you want somebody to want you so powerfully, because on a conscious level, when you wake up, when you face the world, you might struggle with your self-worth. Maybe you are a little bit overweight, or the opposite, you are quite emaciated. Maybe you're struggling with some issues, you know, some self-love problems, but also some physical, medical issues. And I have a feeling that you have a very powerful sexuality, but it has been pent up, mostly due to these limits and interruptions and obstacles that you've experienced throughout your life. And actually, my cat at the moment is slowly pushing her water bowl with her muzzle on the ground. And water, well, this speaks about Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? Held in a bowl. So I think that you have a powerful sexuality, but it's been somehow contained. Do you see how the snake, and the snake is a symbol of divine sexuality and healing. So your sexual healing has been somehow impeded. There could have been something that happened to you, something quite traumatic, or something that you've witnessed happening to someone else and created a lot of fear within you regarding sex and sexuality. Maybe you were brought up in a religious environment. Maybe you were brought up in a culture that is strongly patriarchal and does not allow women to even wear makeup or expose themselves in public. So you have a lot of fears regarding the feminine, especially for those of you that are my female viewers. I feel that you're kind of like you're in a protective bubble, or you placed yourself in a protective bubble. So your fantasies are, you want somebody to just undress you. Your fantasies are a lot about revealing yourself, maybe even just walking around and having a fur coat and wearing nothing underneath it, and just meeting your partner somewhere and just revealing yourself. So there is a strong sense here of sexual exhibitionism, which is due to the fact that you might have had to live very repressed from a sexual perspective. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not at all judging in any case. I'm just trying to understand the interplay between the conscious repression and control that I'm feeling, and potentially the conscious trauma that might have happened to you, either to yourself, or you witnessed it, or you were part of an environment where a lot of sexual trauma happened, maybe a bad neighborhood, maybe a group of school friends, maybe you grew up in an orphanage or in a place where, you know, some murky things were happening that put you into this Five of Pentacles kind of mentality, right? I'm not good enough. I'm physically not fit. You know, I suffer. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of victim mentality regarding the expression of your sexuality. But like unconsciously, in your sleep, in your dreams, in your deep, deep, deep world of hidden desires, you fantasize about looking the best, being Aphrodite, basically the embodiment of Aphrodite, and unleashing the sexual healing energy through contact with somebody that is experienced enough, physically capable enough to make you feel emotionally stable to let go. So that is the thing. That's how you will potentially sexually heal, by having a partner that is mature and patient and takes it slow and steady. The King of Pentacles, right? This is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo energy. You could even fantasize about a protective male energy, an older male energy that kind of eases you into this sexual healing process, or is able to give you a lot of sexual pleasure. You could also fantasize about having sex with a person that is richer than you, and you might have these lavish fantasies of being together with a billionaire on a yacht, you know, and drinking champagne until 5 a.m. in the morning. Because I do see here that with the Five of Pentacles, this is feeling a little bit like you're struggling financially. And with the King of Pentacles, this is like the sugar daddy, right? The, I don't know, Mr. Grey to your Anastasia Steele, right? I mean, you could be a struggling student, and then you're fantasizing about meeting a millionaire that falls in love with you, right? This is a pretty common fantasy, especially with all this Pluto and Capricorn energy out there. So I have a feeling that and the devil energy as well. I mean, King of Pentacles and the devil, this is like, super like physical sensuality, very material kind of attachment to sex. But it can also be about, you know, kind of working through it, like putting a lot of effort into your love life, into your sexuality, that ultimately leads to victory. And that victory can be interpreted in many ways. A commitment, a baby, fantastic orgasms, an intimate bond that comes together. And I'm kind of feeling like with your group, I don't know why, but since the interruption, I'm kind of feeling like a very edgy, kind of anxious feeling. So maybe you guys haven't had sex in a while, and it's time for you to open up. It's time for you to, with the World card, even try online dating. If you genuinely want to meet your King of Pentacles, go ahead and play, okay? Overcome your fears. It's also because you've chosen the Vertigo group, and in the movie, James Stewart needs to overcome his fear of heights. So you might need to overcome your fear of a prosperity mindset. Get out of the victim mentality and the lack mentality and move into a more prosperous, abundant mentality, more experimental, more open to love and all the pleasures that sex can give to you, okay? And try to overcome the idea that sexuality is in some way associated with the devil. It is not. That is a fake mentality that has been propagated by the patriarchy for thousands of years to enslave women, to enslave people, to make us feel ashamed of our bodies. But we store our emotions in our bodies. You need to get into your body if you want to heal and if you want to keep yourself away from some very strong mental health issues, okay? So whoa, this was really powerful, and I haven't even gotten into your oracle cards yet, guys. Okay, so I don't know what I'm channeling here, but I feel like such a strong energy with you. Okay, let me just shift the energy, because I transmute energy as a light worker. So let's just burn some holy wood. Holy wood, yeah. I'm sorry, guys, I have such a dirty mind sometimes. Okay, so we're creating a circle of protection here. Okay, wonderful, guys. So hopefully you felt that. I'm sending you so much light, okay? I'm trying to help you dispel and overcome whatever limits and blockages. I already can feel a deep sense of peace centering in my body from that kind of anxious kind of need to either frolic or escape from your body and move into your mind. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. And you can see Luna appeared in the background there. So again, another feminine presence, bust, goddess energy. I have a feeling like cats, all cats everywhere embody this kind of bust energy. But it's a way of, us figuring out how to care and love them enough so that this comes out. So we have here the fledgling. What was I saying? Number one, a lack of experience, a shyness regarding sexuality, maybe even some sexual abuse or sexual trauma or some fears around sexuality that are keeping you locked within yourself. But you're very beautiful, you're very pure. There's something so endearing and alluring about you. So I do feel that, your next challenge to overcome in sexuality is bringing this up to your awareness, realizing that yes, you have some fears regarding sexuality. Yes, you want to overcome them. Let's have fun. Let's start to have a more playful, a more sexually safe yet fun life. Divination. So what we have here is prophecy, fate, destiny, future fortune. So some of you, I think, are not having sex because you are light workers or star seeds. You're very out there, you're very sensitive, you're very empathic, clairvoyant. You could have some very particular taste in terms of sex. And I have a feeling you're protecting your energy by not having sex. You are waiting for the right person. And this is wonderful. So this is the higher vibration of what I could see in these cards. You're kind of waiting for your transformation to happen. You're biding your time. You're working on yourself. Maybe you're working out. You're using tarot and astrology to get to know yourself. You're physically trying to get fitter and healthier. And as I said this, there were tremors because I hit the table. So yeah, this is a confirmation from spirit. You're in the process of becoming from a caterpillar into a butterfly. And you're taking your time, which is super sweet, okay? And I do see here success. As we see here with the divination card as well, your powers will only increase and you will get into this beautiful divine feminine energy. If you've chosen bridge, which I kind of feel that this was the goddess that you've chosen in the previous group, it's like you're nurturing your eternal flame, almost like one of those old-fashioned Greek vestals that were protecting the sacred fire of god Apollo, right? The ones that were divinating in the Oracle of Delphi. So that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. There is a sense of you being quite pure, protecting your energy because you're developed. It's kind of like a high priestess energy. But I think the next step that you need to do is to come into contact with your shadow self, and especially your sexual shadow self, because there is a lot packed in that area, okay? So, and that will only, like, marrying your shadow aspect with your light, pure aspect, the high priestess energy with the devil, will only make you burst open like the true Aphrodite that you are, okay? And the final card that I have for you, yeah, there we go, confirmation of everything I have just said so far. Alone, I am whole and complete. So a lot of you are very beautifully and very healthily enjoying your alone time. Some of you might be actually pressured to be on your own due to the cultural and religious norms that I mentioned previously. But don't worry, see this period as some sort of apprenticeship. You are growing, you are developing, you're rising into your power. And when the time has come, you will experience sexual victory. Okay, with an older partner that is your King of Pentacles, right? So Virgo Sun, Capricorn Sun, for sure Capricorn Sun here, or Taurus energy as well. I feel that this is it. I feel very called to end this reading here. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. Let me know if it resonated. Have a look down in the description box below for many goodies that I have for you guys. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I am open for readings. Everything you need is down in the description box. Make sure to follow me as well at ms.tomp on Instagram, because I update what is happening with all this weird energy in 2020. I try to do it daily and give you some insights into my world colored with tarot, cats, books, and divination. So yeah, if you feel so inclined, I would love to have you there. I would love to work with you. And if not, then I hope to see you in my next one. Bye. Hey group 3, my love bugs, how are you guys? I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for being on my channel. I'm super excited to divinate for you today. This is the exciting second installment in the series Red Light Special, a series that looks at sexuality and spirituality and various occult ideas regarding it. Okay, so that is my aim with this, to illuminate, to inspire you, to help you manifest. So this is for those of you that were drawn to Body Heat, this 1980s movie with Kathleen Turner and William Hurt. Guys, have a look at it. It is so juicy and so fun, honestly, and it has like a plot twist. It's super sexy. You really should have a look at it. I really enjoyed it when I watched it the first time. So I'm going to live shuffle some cards for you from the Royo Dark Tarot to try to see what your unconscious sexual desires are. So these are some desires that you might have been having, but you're not yet fully aware of them. You feel an inkling, you feel an intuitive spark, but you're not fully conscious of the fact that, yeah, that is what I desire and that is what will really help me maybe have an orgasm, maybe discover a new part of myself. So we're dealing with your sexual shadow self in this reading, and I'll try to bring as much light as possible into it. Okay, and speak about the shadow. The moon card just popped up. Wow, we are flying today. I also am going to pull some cards from the Mystical Dream Tarot because I love this tarot deck for interpreting unconscious aspects of ourselves. And I have your pre-shuffled oracle cards here. I will get into these at the end. Let me show you the cards that popped up for you. 10 of Pentacles. Oof. I have a feeling you guys are quite open sexually because the energy and the way I speak and everything, things come very fast and they hit the spot. Maybe that's your energy. You go fast and you hit the spot. Maybe you're an Aries. I'm kind of getting that strong Aries kind of vibe. We have here the Hanged Man. Yeah, so you could potentially be very kind of stimulated by all the red I am sending your way at the moment. And then we have the Moon. 2 major arcana cards. Interesting, because this is a little bit contradictory to what I was feeling. The Hanged Man and the Moon are some of the most silent, most reclusive energies in the major arcanas. And the 10 of Pentacles speaks about establishing a legacy. Do you guys want to have like a sexual legacy? But we're dealing with your unconscious desires, right? So anything goes in the realm of our unconscious, what is in our mind, right? So I have a feeling, I'm gonna say it, guys, okay? But please take this lighthearted, okay? These readings are meant for entertainment. Some of you could be fantasizing about being a porn star. You could be fantasizing about having a string of people come to you and you pleasing them and being like super seen and super known and people adoring you and admiring you and you being the best, like the queen of the show or the king of the show. I have a feeling that you have so much sexual desire and such a need to express yourself sexually that it's kind of like you want the whole world to watch, you know, you want spectators, you want a round of applause, you want like those people at the Olympics show the cards, you know, it's like 10, 10, 10. And you want people like to go like, yeah, that was amazing, you know, like you want a group of spectators. That's kind of what I'm getting here. This is so strange, but hey, this is your unconscious sexual desires. I'm kind of getting a sense that you want to leave a sexual legacy behind. So the higher vibration of this could be potentially you fantasize about being a know-it-all in the area of sex. You want to know everything. You want to know the intricacies of BDSM sex, maybe how to do more complicated postures, you know, where you combine yoga with sex. And all sorts of like tantric pleasures. Maybe you want to be very good at more like some sexual aspects that require a lot of preparation and some like care and massage and, you know, delicacies such as anal sex, for example. You don't just jump into anal sex, you know, if you don't want to get injured. You kind of have to kind of prep the person, so to say, right? So maybe something like this. I'm getting a very strong sense that you guys are mavericks. You want to be pioneers. You want to be well known. Look at this. I mean, just judging by the image and not by what the Hanged Man represents, but she's on top of this kind of ghoul or monster. And it's like, yeah, I'm the best, okay? Look at this. I completely made this monster faint with pleasure, right? And you're like, this radiant white light is around you. So yeah, I feel like you want to be center stage, but kind of center stage in a in a practice that is taboo and secret, right? So maybe you might have these fantasies about sex parties as well, or situations where there are threesomes, you know, or sexual orgies in these lavish castles. Yeah, there might be some witchcraft involved, having sex at a party on a full moon. Yeah, there is something really mystical about you, very powerful sexually. I don't know why I feel so called to say this, but Antares could play a really strong part in your chart. Antares is one of the brightest stars in the night sky. It is also the queen star in the Scorpio constellation, and it is usually a very bloody and kind of violent star, this energy that is super red as well, and it's associated with the dark side of Mars. But I'm not seeing anything bloody or violent. Don't get scared, guys, okay? I'm just saying that you want to be the center of attention. You want to leave behind a sexual legacy. In some aspects, some of you could fantasize without you even realizing. You could be having dreams where you are a porn star and you're internationally known, people from many cultures tune in almost weekly to see your performances. And in other cases, the higher vibration of this would be you are a sexual therapist, a sexual educator, a healer of some kind, maybe a tantric spiritual leader, right? So you combine physical pleasure and sexuality with knowledge about spirituality, breath work, the chakras, you know, meditation poses, kind of like waiting for the orgasms to build up and then for you to release them, only on nights with full moon, when there is an astral configuration that benefits you, releasing your energy and your seed into the world, you know. So there are like such interesting energies around here. I feel like you guys have very rich fantasies. A lot of people are involved, a lot of objects, a lot of food, lavish, kind of bourgeois, kind of baroque settings, you know, with chandeliers and red velvet and all of those like gigantic beds, you know, those Venetian beds, and maybe people wearing masks, so a masquerade ball as well. I also feel like you have some very deep romantic fantasies as well, because we have the lovers here. You want to conquest or conquer your lover. You want to run towards them. You want to, you know, make love to them for 7 times a night after you guys have been separated for a long time. You want to return home from battle and then make love to your partner after you've been separated for 7 years. 7 is a really significant number for some reason. I don't know why. But there is a sense here that, yeah, you want to conquer, you want to be the best, you know, you want to be the best that your partner has ever had. Especially I feel that whoever has this feminine energy is the one that has this fantasy of wanting to be the best, wanting to be acknowledged, no longer being put to the side. You want your power, your sexual power to be acknowledged. Yeah, this is a lot about sexual power, guys. That is the crux of this interpretation, because Antares is about power. And when you combine it with your unconscious sexual desires, sexual power, sexual prowess, sexual stamina. As I'm saying this, we also have Serpentia Sol, which is the judgment card. Sorry, no, I'm mistaken. Sorry, in this deck, it is the world card, number 21. So again, we had the world in the second pile. Make sure to watch that as well. It might give you some additional insights. I have the feeling that those of you who have chosen the goddess Inanna in the first series, in the first episode of this series, are the ones that will choose this pile as well. So let me know, guys, if this resonates. I love it when we're manifesting magic like this. But there is a sense here that you want to combine a little bit of everything. When you're having sex with somebody, you want to be the earth, you want to be the air, you want to be the fire, you want to be the water of that person, right? You just want to leave them gobsmacked. Yeah, and you want them to enjoy your lips, your mouth, your hair, your skin, your pussy or penis, you know. There is a deep sense here of wanting to be everything for your partners, you know, wanting to be the queen, the earth and the sky above them and around them. So wow, this is like, I feel like you have very solar, very expansive fantasies. I feel like Jupiter and the sun are strongly represented in your fantasies. Maybe even the god Apollo could come from time to time as a flaming white light. So you could have fantasies of having sex in large open spaces where there's nobody around, maybe sex in the desert in the heat of the day, right, when it's scorchingly hot, or like on the landing site of an airport, right? But there are no planes, there is nobody. Or you could have sex in some sort of like open field, like an open meadow that stretches where the eye could see, but there's nobody there. It's just you and your lover on the grass, right? There is a sense of freedom, of expansion, of wanting to be the best, you know. And I think that this is because potentially on a conscious level, you could be feeling quite trapped in the circumstances of your life. Maybe you live in a big city and you have to commute to work in very cramped spaces. Maybe you work in an office and it's a bit boring, even though it's safe and comfortable. Maybe you have a partner and you have sex in the same way with them, but unconsciously it's like, boom, porn star, boom, sexual therapist, boom, you have everything, you know, like you're the center of attention. You're having sex in wide open meadows in nature or in the desert or on different planets as well. I feel like you guys have a cosmic way of maybe even astral projecting during your sexual experiences. Like you have this out-of-body experiences. If you have sex with somebody, either they could have a very strong orgasm and they could leave the body for a brief second, so they could have shivers afterwards, after they've exchanged energy with you, or you could be the one experiencing that, okay? So if you haven't had sex so far, because I know that some of you out there are protecting their energy or are just, you know, virgins and haven't had the opportunity yet, I have a feeling that this is what you can look forward to. Let's see your oracle cards as well. Honesty. So I'm getting again Jupiter, Sagittarius energy. You guys could be Sagittarians and you could have these really lavish fantasies. I'm also getting a fantasy that you guys might have. You want to be covered like in a golden liquid that drips off your body, or take a bath in milk and goat's honey. You know how goddesses and queens used to do in the past, right? In the deep, deep ancient past. Or like you want to have honey dripped all over your body, or olive oil. Like I see you wanting to dip yourself into an olive oil tub and emerge out of there completely shiny and luscious, you know. So I don't know why, but this is what's inspiring me. And yeah, there's a sense here of a flame being lit up. You're really cosmic, exactly like Inanna. And then we have here as well, as I said this, Imrama, okay? So we have here wonder voyage, crossing deep waters, pilgrimage, journey of the souls. What was I saying about astral travel, guys? But also about being dipped in liquids, right? And the dolphin here is a symbol of sexual playfulness to my mind. Dolphins, I don't know why, but they always give me kind of that sexual vibes, in the sense that they are the only mammal that actually has sex for pleasure, just like human beings. And they can be quite cheeky, you know, and quite mean and quite rude. They can bully each other as well. So they have these kind of very human behaviors that can be quite high vibe but low vibe at the same time. So that's why whenever I see this, it's kind of like, yeah, it's a very strong indication. Also, I think there was a company in Germany that produces dildos that are in the shape of dolphins, and you can get them in various colors. So I don't know, that might take somebody's fancy. I just felt the need to put it out there. Yeah, you can get something like this if you look enough on the internet. So yeah, let's see your final card. Seduction, sultry secret whispers. Okay, so I have a feeling that, again, in line with this whole theme of you wanting to be the best, you wanting to kind of enchant people on a deeply occult level, like being kind of like the high priestess of sex, you know? I feel like this is kind of what you want unconsciously your legacy to be. Like it's very secret, it's very taboo, it's very hush-hush, but at the same time it's mind-blowing and super powerful, the effect that you have on your partners and the sexual legacy that you want to leave behind. I feel like you could potentially train yourself as well, like you could train your breath work. You could be using Kegel balls to strengthen the walls of your vagina if you're a woman, so that you can generally massage your partner as they are inside of you. And if not Kegel balls, then maybe some crystals like rose quartz or amethyst crystals, you know, those orbs. If you don't know if you're not familiar with this, have a look, guys. Google Kegel exercises for strengthening your vagina. It's a whole new world there. But there is a sense here that seduction and sultry secret whispers, you want your partners to express their desires. Like you want them to say like, you're so fucking gorgeous, you know, as they are inside of you, as you guys are having sex. And you want this to be very authentic and very honest, okay? So nothing turns you on the most than a person whose desire is very strongly expressed in the most honest way possible. You want to be the best, and you want to have this authentically recognized by your partners. And I have a feeling here with the 10 of Pentacles, final thing that kind of came through is that you want to, yeah, it's so interesting, body heat, right? You were drawn to this one, and Kathleen Turner is a femme fatale in the movie, so it's kind of like that. You want to be like a femme fatale. I'm getting very strong Sagittarius, Scorpio vibes here, and Aquarius as well. But one final thing I want to channel for you guys, because it's coming in really fast. You could want to have partners from different cultures. So you're very open-minded in terms of the people that you might want to have sex with. And you might have some very beautiful friendships, maybe some friends and benefits kind of friendships in different places of the world where you might have traveled. Whoa, okay, I feel the need to end here. I feel called to end the reading here. I really hope this helped. I hope it inspired you. I hope it made you laugh. I hope it will help you manifest some really interesting fantasies. Yeah, let me know how it resonates. Link a comment down below, share your experiences, have a look in the description box with all of my goodies are there. If you want to book a reading with me, please feel free to do so. I have all of a variety of different options, and I have all of the details that you need down below. Feel free to also get in touch with me at mspontombe on Instagram. Feel free to purchase my erotic novel, The Storyteller. Again, link is down below. And yeah, I think this is it. I don't want to spam you with advertisements. I'm going to leave you here, my loves. Hope to see you in the next installment of this series, which will potentially happen in 2 days' time. Bye guys. Hey group 4, so Luna got a little bit scared by somebody vacuuming outside. She decided to join the group. I'm gonna release her now. So hey guys, welcome to your reading. So this is part 2 of the Red Light Special series. I'm going to be looking at your unconscious sexual desires. So these are desires that you might feel attracted towards, but you haven't yet become fully aware of them. There could be an intuitive hit or a pull towards a certain specific sexual practice or aspect or environment or a specific type of sexual partner, but you're not yet fully owning that or aware of it. So let me help you out. This is for those of you that were drawn to Basic Instinct, okay, this 1990s movie with Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas. It's a cult classic, guys. Please have a look at it. You will enjoy it. It's so interesting. And I have here pre-shuffled your oracle cards, and I will pull live some tarot cards for you if I can genuinely get into the right position. Already I'm getting a hint, like you could be quite finicky in particular about the positions in which you enjoy to have sex. If you had it, if you haven't had it, because I know some of you guys are either virgins or protecting your energies, you could fantasize about having sex in a specific position. Let's find out what that position might be and anything else that wants to come through. I'm pulling some cards from the Mystical Dream Tarot. Okay, so I see that you guys on a conscious level might have been through a breakup. You're wanting to walk away from a particular lifestyle or a person. Yeah, you're keeping your cards close to the chest. What am I getting to? Let's see, with the Royo Dark Tarot. Yeah, you could have been maybe recovering from a narcissistic abuse or a person that treated you quite coldly. We have here the Six of Swords. So as you can see, this is a man with a crown, so quite a big ego, and looking at what's in front of him, almost like playing chess. There is a sense here that this person was very cruel and cold and calculated, and you walked away. The Six of Swords is the energy of walking away. So on a conscious level, you may recuperate from a romantic situation that didn't work out, a ghosting situation. You wanted to have sex with a partner, but it didn't work out, or you had sex and then things changed all of a sudden. There's a new beginning coming up for you guys, yeah? And I feel like it's going to be quite an important beginning for you. By the way, this is the reading for those of you that have chosen Lilith as a goddess in the previous installment. Okay, so in the sexual imprint video that I put out 2 days ago. So this is how the series links, and this is what makes it so much fun, because I try to carry the thread and everything that comes up from each video, I try to carry it into the next one. Yeah, a lot of your cards are popping up, but they're hiding back in again. One more, please. One more. Whoa. And then a lot of them splurged, which is, this gives me a very clear indication that you are repressing a lot of things. And I'm really like, the energy is really strange, because it's like I'm hitting and slapping and smashing things. So yeah, I have a feeling you could be repressing some anger. You could want to work through some anger issues physically. There is a new beginning here, and there might be 2 people consciously that you are attracted to, or 2 people that might want to come into your life following a harsh breakup. So your unconscious desire is potentially, if you were unwanted or undesired in the relationship with this person that you left behind, it could be with somebody recent, or it could be more further away in your romantic past. But I see that this is the group that already has had a relationship or a romantic experience or a sexual experience, okay? So if this doesn't resonate, please choose another pile, guys. But I feel like unconsciously you want and you fantasize about a number of opportunities coming your way, a number of men or women coming to you, wanting you. And look, you're like preparing these yummy dishes and you're giving them. So it's kind of like, do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing Kelly's. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right. So it's that kind of vibe, you know, like, you know what? You dumped me? Well, my milkshake brings everyone to my yard and you're the sad kitty on the outskirts looking in, right? To the milkshake parlor. So, sorry guys, this is so cheesy, but I'm gonna flow with it. So we have here the Six of Pentacles. This speaks about generosity. So you're fantasizing about, I think some of you are fantasizing about having a connection with the same-sex person. I get the feeling here that you might want to explore same-sex relationships for a while. Do you know that feeling when you break up with somebody and you go like, if you're heterosexual, you go like, I'm done with men or I'm done with women. Let's try somebody from my own group, you know? But it's never such a great idea unless you have always been bisexual or you've always been pulled towards both genders. It's never a good idea to think about it. This has to do something with your instinct, with your intuition, with your hormonal and psychological makeup, and that just doesn't come overnight. So unless you've always had some bisexual tendencies, I don't recommend jumping into connections with the same sex. Trust me, I've learned this the hard way. I've been through this process as well, and I found out I am ridiculously heterosexual, okay? So yeah, just a word of advice for those of you that are considering jumping into same-sex relationships. Just because somebody broke your heart, not a good idea. But if you are bisexual and if you felt unsatisfied in a heteronormative monogamous relationship, then yeah, sure, explore, why not, you know? But I'm here to let you know what your unconscious sexual desires are. So what you are kind of feeling or what you might be pulled towards, but you're not yet fully aware, okay? So take this as it resonates to you at your current level of your conscious awareness, yeah? We're bringing things up from the deep, guys. So we have here the Nine of Wands as well. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you have had to battle your way through your romantic life, through your sexual experiences. Maybe you were the one that was putting in all the work. You were the one that was more active and you were like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done pleasing you. I'm done giving you amazing blowjobs or amazing oral sex if your partner was a woman. I'm done, you know, with everything. I'm done doing all the work. I want a new beginning where other people come towards me, you know? So you're kind of like unconsciously, you're fantasizing about being like the super attractive wild Amazon. I'm getting a very strong Xena, Princess Warrior vibes. If you guys know the show, right? It's fantastic. I grew up with it. It's like, yeah, such a great feminine role model. And Xena was also an Aries. So I'm not sure if you're an Aries or you carry this energy within you. But I have a feeling that you guys could unconsciously be more turned on by people that you have to chase than people that chase you. And now you're becoming aware of that dynamic and you're like, you know what? Hold off, okay? Let me recoup. Let me readjust my crown, okay? I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let people come to me. So you're getting into the beautiful benefits of becoming a magnet yourself, of radiating warmth and sexuality rather than feeling like you need to demonstrate the fact that you're worthy by chasing other people, by kind of like luring them into relationships with you so that you would counteract the fear of being alone. I also see here a significant synchronicity for you already, 6-6, so Venus energy. You're really getting into your Venus. You might have entered a Venus period in your life and you're really getting into your capacity to attract rather than to chase and project. You're getting into your capacity to attract. So from a Mars mentality, like chasing, competition, I'm going to exert my willpower, this person will be mine, I'm going to blow their mind with what I do with their bodies. You're kind of pulling back on an unconscious level. You're like, no, I'm going to be Venus. I'm going to sit on my throne and I'm going to be beautiful. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to radiate love and I'm going to look really attractive. I'm gonna keep an open door to love and romance, but I will be very discerning about who I give myself to. Only those that come to me straight, only those that are like, you know, match up my level of the divine feminine within will be allowed to enter my sacred sanctuary, right? So it's like a complete 180. And then we have justice. Yeah, this Libra card, right? So we have here standing in your power. It's like no longer being overcome by this monster, by this ogre of fear. It's like, move aside, okay? You are throwing salt sprinkles in the monster's eyes, okay? You're like, get away. Look at me, look at me, look how bodilicious I am, okay? So yeah, congratulations. This is a completely new way of understanding your self-worth. You're shifting the cogs and the gears in your mind. You're rewriting ancestral patterns that have kept you in this mentality of needing to be more in your masculine energy, of wanting to chase, to go after. You're shifting. And I think a deep part of yourself has shifted because you're forgiving yourself. You're maybe forgiving your mother and your father on a deeply, deeply unconscious level, maybe through your dreams, maybe through your meditation work, through your breathing work. You are healing, you're repairing your wounded feminine sense of self, the wounded masculine sense of self. We all have those within us, whether we are physiologically male or female. So again, this is 6, right? So we have here 6 of Pentacles, again, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 666, yeah? I love it when the tarot does this. So confirmation upon confirmation. And you have 3 more cards. So yeah, see? I'm already kind of tuning into this energy of things shifting for you. It's kind of like moving from singular to plural, moving from masculine to feminine, kind of like, you know, 6s are also, because they're round, it's kind of like I see them as wheels. And you also have a 9 here. So yeah, you could be having deep fantasies about 69ing, which has to do with forgiveness, which has to do with this reconciling of the masculine and the feminine, right? When you are pleasuring somebody orally, you know, their sexual organs, and somebody's doing the same to you, for lack of a better description of the act itself. But Google 69, you're going to see what I'm talking about. There is a sense here that you're kind of like combining the yin and the yang, right? So you're bringing these two sides together. You're reconciling oppositions and dualities. You're solving your inner conflict. Wow, this is what I was trying to say, but it's kind of the words were lacking. Yeah, you're solving your inner conflict. If there was a conflict between your mind and your heart, right now they're being aligned. It's like, I no longer want to chase something that is against my self-worth and that is harming me. I love myself. I want a partner that measures up to that. I am attracting a partner that measures up to that because I love myself. As above, so below, right? And then we also have here the Knave of Pentacles and the Hermit. So talk about attracting a partner while you are in a period of deep study, relaxation, meditation. You're maybe learning about the occult. You're maybe learning about Tantra. There was a similar aspect with group number 2. I mean, Lilith energy, right? You're tuning into the deep, dark, feminine divide, and you're learning not to be afraid of your sexual power, of your capacity to attract people, of that magnetic pull that you can exert over other people. You're healing whatever society has been telling you about, oh, you shouldn't look good, or you shouldn't be sexy because that is like mean and evil. You're healing the Madonna whore complex, that really easy opposition in the way in which people kind of tend to categorize women and the divine feminine especially. You can either be pure and captivated in a heteronormative situation, or you are dirty and independent and you're screwing everybody around and you deserve to be punished or something. No, things are never as easy as that. We are such complex beings. There are so many things that feed into us. Our social status, our cultural capital, our distinct sexual identities, our occult personality types, our, Myers-Briggs personality types, all sorts of things like that that feed into who we are, right? The inheritance that we have from our mother and our father, both genetically and culturally and psychologically. So all sorts of things feed into who we are as human beings, and we are as intricate and as perfectly diverse as the cosmos, right? So I feel that you're manifesting something completely new here, a new sense of self-worth, forgiveness. Your unconscious desires have to do with you reconciling the opposites, a blending between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Forgiveness, there is a lot of forgiveness. There is a lot of people coming towards you, telling you how beautiful you are. You putting the monsters to rest, locking them up in cupboards, or opening up the skeletons in the cupboards and making friends with them, shaking hands with them, right? So yeah, I'm reminded of that Kate Nash song, Skeleton, You Are My Friend. And I think it's the Skeleton song. Yeah, Kate Nash, Skeleton song. Check it out, okay? It's such a beautiful song. And it's about healing as well, right? So, wow, this is so strong. I mean, you chose basic instinct as well. And that is about accepting the fact that as a human being, we have these basic instincts to fuck, to kill, right? But at the same time, we're also part of the divine. So we have our frontal lobe, the seat that controls and organizes all of our basic instincts that come from the amygdala, that ancestral brain, right? That primordial brain that we used to have to fight with, I don't know, saber-tooth and all sorts of things like gorillas back in the days when we were cave-dwelling or tree-dwelling people, right? So that ancestral part of our brain, the instincts, they're still there, but we also have this wonderful cortex that has developed through years of progress and evolution, and it's helping us integrate our lower impulses, catch them before they actually get expressed, and somehow transmute the energy so that we can still experience sexual pleasure and desire, but at the same time it's ennobled by maybe the influence of culture, the influence of our angelic masters, maybe, you know, there is a sense, in my language, there is a saying that a person can spiritualize a place. And I think that this is exactly what is happening in this case. You're finding out how to blend the spiritual with the sexual. Let me show you your oracle cards. Oh my God. What was I saying about reconciling opposites, yin and yang, attraction? Some of you could be also fantasizing secretly about interracial relationships. Maybe you were born in a culture that was quite monoracial, so you only had white people, or you only had black people in your culture, you know? It's quite rare nowadays because we live in such a global village, but I feel that you could be tempted to try sexual relationships, or unconsciously you're desiring to blend these oppositions in your mind through fantasizing about sexual encounters with people that are of a different skin color than you, or a different religion, or a different culture. We also have here hope. So what was I talking about? Spiritualizing sexuality. Yeah, you're coming to terms with your instincts, and you're also coming to terms with how they connect with your higher self. You're connecting your bodily needs with your higher self, your lower impulses, right? The need to just like, you know, smash into someone with all your passion, with a desire to genuinely have some sort of emotional connection with that person as well. And then we have here the crane bag, and this speaks about sacred ocean medicine, clutter, declutter, and choice. So it's kind of like you secretly fantasize about having the choice amongst a lot of various people, and people that come from different races and different backgrounds. And you want to choose them, and you want to have this deep, forgiving sex with them, this 69 kind of a blending of the opposites. But there is something quite soothing and quite tender about your energy as well. We have hope here as well, right? And you want to definitely have a new beginning, to heal from whatever has happened to you on a conscious level in your everyday reality, in a previous relationship where you might have had to separate from a partner. But your fantasies are so rich with you being Xena, Princess Warrior, and, you know, reconciling with a partner that could be from a very different culture or from a very different racial and social status background than you. And you're manifesting this wonderful fertility and abundance and generosity of spirit. And you're in a very safe and loving environment where all of the monsters of fear and dirtiness and heaviness have been quieted down, because the energy has been transmuted by deep spirituality, hope, and the sacred divine feminine that came out from the dark into the light again. I'm gonna end here. I'm gonna grab the energy back. And then here, I really hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it entertained you, inspired you, and helped you manifest whatever it is that you're looking towards manifesting. I want you guys to know that I really love your comments. They really make my day. So let me know down in the description box, in the comments box, sorry, if this resonated, if it actually was in tune with what I predicted for you guys in the previous video of this series. Have a look at that one as well. I'm going to link it down below. Also in the description box, you'll find links to booking a personal reading with me if you feel so inspired. I am doing them at the moment. Yeah, feel free to purchase my twin flame erotic novel or follow me on Instagram at msbontemps. I update my daily stories. I update my stories daily. When I rush, you kind of tell that English is not my second language. Sorry, guys. So yeah, feel free to follow me there. You can see a lot of pictures of tarot, astrology, cats, books, flowers, whatever suits my fancy, whatever kind of helps me go with the flow. So I'd be happy to have you there. I'm really happy to have had you here. And I really hope to see you in my next one, okay? Past, present, and future.